Let's start with opportunity and outcome. Many people say that they want to give everybody equality of opportunity, but is that truly possible? Normally it's just one opportunity at a time, and it might be that the thing you're being given an opportunity at is not something which you're naturally talented at. You may have seen the cartoon of a number of animals sitting under a tree, a fruit tree. There's a rhino and a giraffe and a monkey and a snake, and the caption is, "This is going to be a fair and equal test. You've all got to climb that tree." That's one opportunity. It's worth nothing in terms of equality. It's certainly not fair. Many people would say that what you should do is give all of the animals different tasks, something that's individually suited to them, specially weighted to make sure it's fair. But does it have to be that complicated? Couldn't you just stop describing what must surely be the objective of climbing the tree? To get the fruit. Can't you just say, this is going to be a fair and equal test? You've all got to get some of that tree's fruit. When you put equalities of opportunity side by side, then you often see that they don't come as single opportunities. Think about it as layers, multiple layers lying one on top of each other, like layers of acetate, and drawn on the acetate are thick black lines, like barcodes. There at the bottom is, say, a layer of opportunities around healthcare. Next up, a layer of opportunities around words and poetry and language. Then some around maths and science and being good with numbers. People fail to get through all the layers, not because they fail at every single one, or even most of them, but because too often the thick black lines of one lie over the clear open spaces of another. It's the exceptionally talented, bright young graduate who writes beautifully, but just keeps getting rejected from job interviews and doesn't know why. Too often, what seems like a clear, open opportunity turns out to be limited by outside factors, factors we don't even know about. One difficulty is that in order to succeed, you need to be able to recognise what society recognises as success. You need A, the opportunity to present itself, B, to be able to see what that opportunity really is, and C, to be able to take that opportunity. You need more than skill or talent. You need luck, and luck isn't equal. To start at a world where luck was equal, we'd have to start from one where the outcomes were already the same, and we were all the same. Too often, what seems like an opportunity is actually coloured by our aspirations, or it's shaped by our social stereotypes. Do you think that by marching into a secondary school and saying, girls can be engineers too, someone could completely change a decade or more worth of subtle social messages? Some parents say that because their daughter loves pink sparkly things and hates maths and engineering and science, and because they never told her to be like that it must be innate. As if it wasn't true or enough or mattered at all that almost every adult that little girl saw said how pretty she was, that none of her asked her maths question, none of them asked her what she was doing at school. As if it didn't matter that she'd gone into toy shops after toy shop and seen all of the boys' toys on one side to do with maths and blowing things up and engineering, and she'd seen all of the girls' toys on another side to do with hairdressing and beauty and pink and prettiness. We can't change more than a decade worth of messages like this simply by saying once or twice that girls can break out of their pink bubble, can be engineers too. Studies have shown that people do worse at tests when they're reminded of social stereotypes. So in order to provide equality of opportunity, we need to provide equality of aspiration. There's a question that I haven't heard asked before, and it's this: which type of equality is easier to achieve, that of opportunity or that of outcome? Like water, the human spirit finds the easiest path, the path of least resistance. But unlike water, resistance can come from unexpected places, not least of all within. "Wear it as long as thou canst," said George Fox of William Penn's sword. So, what type of equality is easier to achieve? Equality of opportunity narrows what is acceptable and known. It says, these are the things that matter. These are the things which are chosen. This very small number of factors, this is what provides for differentiation. And then it excludes everything that it hasn't chosen. And that may be only one or two things. Merit is therefore defined as being able to excel at those things which have been chosen, those one or two things, qualities or factors, regardless of all of the things which lie outside. Equality of outcome doesn't look at that. It looks merely at the results. So equality of outcome pulls some people up, and in doing so must push others down. Equality of outcome relies on other people in a way that equality of opportunity does not. And I think that is then my answer. That equality of outcome is easier to achieve for someone who starts from the presumption that in fact the world is about groups, the world is about communities, and not about the individual. Do we think that equality of outcome, that people who believe in equality of outcome will naturally be drawn towards big state thinking and left-wing solutions? I think that the political views come first and the views about equality come second. That yes, someone who starts from somewhere on the political left, someone who believes in the role of the state, who starts from the assumption that things are about groups and unions and communities, that they will find equality of outcome far easier to understand, let alone to achieve, because that's the way that they think. The easiest path, the path of least resistance, is formed by what you already believe. It's formed by your existing political views. One friend said that his commitment to equality came from the same place as his commitment to socialism. For him, I'm sure that's the case. For other friends, a different political view may provide the seed to a different view of equality.